Okay, so this is just a quick whistle-stop tour of what Spoke is and to show you that it's actually really nice and friendly. So we had a little play before with Unity, we had some C# scripts, and I appreciate that looked a little bit scary. Spoke is a much more friendly, it's being used quite a lot during lockdown for meetups, not just for virtual reality, just for humans to meet in spaces. But you also get, and you can see some of these already, some really fun avatars that you can create for yourself. So let's get started and see what this looks like. So I've got a few projects. If you've got anything else saved on here, they'll appear here. We'll start with a new project. So you've got a few different templates and stuff here. You've got a school one, you've got like a nice gathering hall. Hunter's Lodge looks a bit scary. Oh, conference room, got some plants. So you've got some things that you can work with kind of already, or you can start with an empty one. I'm going to start with this one that looks a bit matrixy. So it may take a moment to load as well. This depends on your broadband speed. If you're lucky enough to have fibre optic broadband, I envy you. If you're not, this just might take a bit to load. So one thing to note is this is all web browser based. You'll note I might be in the past by using Internet Explorer, but I'm using it anyway. So you don't have to download any software. Everything is linked, and anyone who's done any web development or anything like that, this means any of our content that we're adding to our scene, it needs to be online accessible. So I'll just explain some of these features, and then we'll play with adding some elements in and seeing what those look like. On the right here we have a hierarchy. If you've ever used Photoshop and you have layers, it's a bit like that. This is just where all your elements in your scene are. Let's zoom in. These characters are your avatars. When someone comes to join your room, you can create your own avatar, which is quite fun on its own, to be completely honest. You have your elements. You can import elements, so if you've got things uploaded on Sketchfab, Sketchfab is a platform where you can have 3D models, you can have point cloud. If you don't know what point cloud is, Google it, I think it's pretty. You have Google Poly, so if you've got Quest or other headsets are available. If you've been drawing like we did before in there, and uploaded those online, you can import those straight into here. You can use Bing, who uses Bing? You can use Bing to import images and videos as well. And you also have GIFs, like how awesome is that? GIFs in 3D space, I think that's magic. But you can also upload your own stuff as well, which is pretty cool. But bearing in mind this is web browser based, if you've ever done any web development or anything like that, it's gonna call on something that's already online. So if you're making a 360 tour, upload your 360 videos individually to somewhere like YouTube or Vimeo. They're the only two I've tested. There might be others out there that work. You can also have audio and images. So let's get started by dragging in a video. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Let's move it to the right. Having these avatars is quite handy because you can get an idea for the scale of it. Let's just make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so video, it's just got a random kind of video in here. If I copy and paste, this is just a link to a YouTube video. A normal video, it's going to come out flat, whereas if I want it to be VR friendly, it's literally one box that I tick and then I get it in 360, whether it's a 360 video or not. So this one is not a 360 video. If I zoom in, that's why you're getting this weird plug hole effect. So it will work with either one. You can change your scale and like positions and those sorts of things. If you scroll down, this roll-off factor and what that's about is if you've got sound, and say you've got a couple of these orbs, I'm going to call them orbs. I think that sounds like a cool name for them. So if you've got a couple of them and you've got a couple of people standing virtually around in different places, you don't want necessarily the sound to be emitting over here where you've got another one. So we can restrict how loud this is from a distance, so we can change these kinds of numbers that way. We can add some images. Again, the images, drag it in. Again, images need to be calling on a URL. So you just kind of copy and paste. I'm just going to quickly pause here and then I'm going to upload and find some links for some 360 videos that I've already got online. Okay, so I've got a 360 image link, and I'm just going to copy and paste that there, and just add any image online. I just need the URL. Okay, so let's change the URL that's here with our image. If you're uploading your images or you're getting them from the search engine, if you right click and open image in your new tab, that way you can find or copy image address, you can get the link that's to that image, and we can just paste that in here. So you'll notice I've got a picture of a tree. If you've got something on Sketchfab, you can just import it by dragging it in. We've got taxi loading. Oops, and let's just add something from Google Poly. Let's have this cheeseburger, looks rather nice. That's massive, you might want to change the scale. Okay, so let's have a look at what this looks like. So we're going to publish to Hubs, call it whatever you like, and then you can save it. Save, publish. I'm just using this to show you what it is. It's got some attributions from the stuff that I've already used, which is really cool. So the cheeseburger and taxi are getting published. Pay attention to your file sizes. If you've got a massive file size, it's going to take ages to load. This one looks like it's fine. So it's uploading. If you bear with my internet. Nearly there. Okay, so we're going to view our scene, and it's going to open something called Hubs. We can go back and edit this. What we're going to do is create a room with this scene. Again, those with good broadband will have no problems here. Okay, you'll notice you've got like a slightly strange name for it as well. We can enter the room, or if you've got a standalone VR headset, so if you've got an Oculus Rift, so this is desktop VR that you've got plugged in to the device you're viewing this on, you can use. If you've got an Oculus Quest or like that, you can, and I'll show you how to get the web link, you can just directly enter it that way. We're just on a PC, so we're just going to enter on screen. The mic is not available here because I'm using it to record this, but here you can set up and make sure it knows where your microphone is, or you can just mute it. You can also test that your audio works. So here I am in here, found out that the cheeseburger is a little bit too close to our virtual forest. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my mouse to kind of point and click and move. On an iPad or touchscreen, other tablets, other manufacturers are available. You can just double tap. If you're viewing this in a VR headset, you'll be familiar with your VR controls that you can use. And you'll notice I accidentally right-clicked and got... It makes a cool noise if you can hear that, if the mic's picking up. You get this green thing, so you can teleport. If you right-click and then release, you can just go there. So I can use up, down, left and right to move, and I can left click to go up and down, and I'll have a little look around. That's a very thin taxi. So we've got our elements, we can bump into them. To view our 360, we can just go inside it, including the overlapping cheeseburger. There's no sound in this video, but if there was, you would hear it. You can also change the volume on it as well. You might have to move around the object to get better at it. So show you some other tricks. If I push the space bar, you can also get some other emojis and stuff. People can send the love. There's the option up here, you can share your camera if you want to, or you can share your screen. Let's get rid of my camera, you don't need to see my face. You can share your screen, so if you wanted to present your work or like a conference or anything like that. But if we've got humans on different devices, we can give them all the link and they can all meet in here. So to get people into this space, we click share and you have this link. But in addition to that, to make it extra secure, we also have this code that you have to enter as well. Once you have that, it will appear that so-and-so is waiting in the lobby. So I'm just going to open up another web page and show you what it looks like when someone else is trying to enter. And also something else which I think is really fun, I'll show you what the avatar bit looks like. Just give it one moment to load. You can also embed this if you want to have it on like a blog post or on a website or something like that to play with. Okay, let's just bring this over here. So you can change your name. I would recommend you put your real name in here just so that the host can easily identify you, or your nickname. You can change your avatar, and there are some really amazing ones that are already on here. You can also make your own, but there's loads of different quirky ones already in here. Oh, crocodile. Is that one? Okay. Anyway, explore these at your own design. You can accept that. So this is when you're walking around in this space, this is how you're going to see each other. So if Tom's got this lemon outfit, it will also have Tom written above the avatar, but you'll also see this figure as well. So you see we've got human over here, or avatar over here. This is what I think is quite interesting, is you can kind of see a virtual avatar representation of somebody. So you can walk around, which is pretty cool. So you can walk around. So I think that's everything. Let's close that. Have a play. I think you can make some really interesting scenes with zero programming, which makes it just that bit more friendly and accessible. Could get your guests to come and meet here, or what would be really great, especially in the care home, is if there